I am here. Good morning. Good morning. I have a little bit of a glare. Whoa. And obviously, an unstable tripod. Good morning, mamas. I'm Tiffany Teal. How's it going? We're here to talk about serving versus selling today. Do me a favor and drop your name and where you're from in the chat so I know where you're tuning in from. That's right. We are, let's, okay. Sorry about that. Thanks for bearing with me as we get started. Hey, mamas, I'm Tiffany. As I said, I am a faith-driven entrepreneur. I'm here helping women create income online with purpose, peace, and family in mind. Isn't that exciting to know that we can move from burnt out to peaceful, from a no mom to a yes mom? I don't know. I'm going to close those blinds. Y'all bear with me. That might be a little bit better. Get that glare off. Get the glare off the screen. Yes. Okay, so today we want to talk about how to grow your business online without feeling salesy or fake. I love seeing where my mamas are from. So again, drop your name in the chat and where you're from. If you've ever hated the idea of selling, this live is for you. There we go. That's a little bit better. This live is for you if you've ever hated the idea of selling. If you've already got a business, drop a 1 in the chat. And if you're just thinking about starting up a business, drop a 2 in the chat. That'll help me know which direction to take this for you today. Have you ever felt weird or uncomfortable promoting yourself online? Can you raise your hand in the chat? I have 100% felt that way before, and some days I wake up feeling that way still. If you've felt called to do business God's way, drop the word called in the chat. I want to see where all my people are. Who's felt called to do business God's way? Well, listen, ladies, for years I thought success meant sounding confident, but confidence doesn't actually come from sales scripts. It comes from service, from a place of service and showing up for other people. I had to learn that business isn't just about pushing, it's about partnering with purpose. So, what is the purpose for which you are here? Drop purpose in the chat if you know your purpose. If you know other mamas who want to jump in on this conversation, will you send it to them real quick? Do a quick share so that we can get more mamas on this call right now. Okay? Get more mamas on this call. Let's invite other people to the call so that we can talk about serving versus selling. If you've ever felt like selling made you feel pushy, I want you to drop a 1 in the chat. If you're more in the season of figuring this out, drop a 3 in the chat. Can we invite some more people in? Y'all help me get this pushed out to other moms, because who knows? There are mamas out there who want to go from being a no mom to a yes mom. And we're going to talk about how to show up from a place of service so that we can do that better versus feeling salesy and pushy. So this is where we start to move from pressure to purpose, because the right people are always going to feel drawn to peace, not to push. All right, today we're going to talk about 3 ways to market with integrity and ease. Number 1, y'all ready for number 1? Tell stories, don't give sales pitches. Tell stories, not sales pitches. So stories are going to connect before products ever do, right? People love to feel, right? And they're going to remember a story and the way you made them feel way more than they're going to remember what product or service you offered. Here's an example. I learned about the Legacy Builders program back in November of last year. A friend of mine immediately started making money and was sharing that. And I was like, wait, she's been doing what I've been doing, working from home, blogging, doing her own thing. And I just watched her sales jump. She had proof of sales. But I didn't connect to her story. I'm not a homeschool mom. Later, 10 months later, as a matter of fact, a client of mine who is also a small business owner told me she started doing this about 3 or 4 months before and showed me how much she'd made. The $2 amounts were spread way apart. The first friend had made lots of money fast. The second friend had made a valuable amount of money, but over a longer period of time. It felt more realistic, and it felt like a good fit for my business and my brand, just like it did for my client's brand. And guess what? She said, come on, girl, stop thinking about it, be obedient, and jump in. And I did. So I'll never forget the way that this program changed things for my friend and client. I'll always remember that she brought me in with her and that she wanted me to have the same success as her. So when you share your why, people see themselves in your story. Your story gives other mamas permission to get started. Do you need permission to get started today? Drop a 1 in the chat if that's you. Drop a 1 in the chat if you need permission to get started. All right, y'all, let's talk about this a little bit more. If I did a future live about storytelling that sells without feeling salesy, would you show up for it? Drop a yes in the chat if you would show up for that. Do you already share your story online? Drop a 1 in the chat. If that's something you're still nervous about, drop a 2 in the chat. I need to Okay, we'll see if people are going to come on. Some more folks, right? What's the second way to market with integrity and ease? Who wants to hear the second way? Drop a 2 in the chat if you're ready for this second way to market with ease. It's called, number 2, it's focus on value over virality. That's a crazy word. Let's just put it this way. Focus on value over the need to go viral. Consistency builds trust, not algorithms, right? Because if you show up one day and then you skip 20 days and then you show up again, are you bringing value to the table? Especially in the social media world. It's not about going viral, y'all. It's about showing up with value. So you've got to bring something to the table from your experience and your story that other people are going to relate to, that's going to help them see themselves in you and your story. So, mama, listen to me here. Every time you show up to serve, someone's breakthrough is waiting on your obedience. So show up. Show up as your best self every day. You've got to decide that if you don't show up, someone else's future is affected because you didn't show up. And that's going to motivate you into the position that you're not willing to walk away from. Other people depend on me, I'm going to show up. So who else here struggles with consistency? I have struggled with consistency in my marketing for years and years. As a matter of fact, I didn't really have any intention on marketing. I started my business back in 2018 and said that I was going to run it off referrals. I was going to partner with God. He was going to be the CEO of my business. And I just thought that meant he was going to bring me every single client that I was meant to serve. Guess what? He helped my business grow year after year, and they all came in through referrals until he prompted me to start building a passive income and to do that through coaching. And during that shift and transition, my income took a big dip, and I didn't understand why. But the whole time, I had plans that one day I will market this coaching program. But for now, I'm just going to focus on building it. I have a few key students who are showing up on a regular basis and loving what they're getting, but I was so quiet about it. And I wasn't willing to market. So if you've been overthinking your content like me, drop me in the chat. Drop me in the chat if you've struggled with overthinking your content. If you've been under posting because of fear, drop a 2 in the chat. I'll know which one to lean into more once you let me know. Me or 2? I guess I should have said a 1 or a 2. How about this? Drop impact in the chat if you want to focus on transformation instead of trends. Okay, I'm not here to follow all the trends. I'm here to reach the people who are ready to make a change. I want to help you transform your life, your mind, your spirit, and your results by sharing what's worked for me, the message that God's given me to share with you, and how to build that freedom. All right, we've got a third point. So if you're ready for point number 3, drop a 3 in the chat. Let's move on. Attract, don't chase. That is how you're going to market with peace. I'll be real honest. Some days I feel like things are moving so slow because I was so slow to obey. And I can get really caught up in that space where I think, okay, God, am I in fact doing what you've called me to do, or did I make this up in my head? And I want to start following the trends to build faster. But so many of those trends aren't me, right? They don't feel authentic to me. And they're not on brand for the way I am in my business or even in my personality. And so it's hard not to want to go do those because you think you have to. But in reality, if that's not me and then I finally start showing up as me, then I've built the wrong audience, right? Drop right, drop understand in the chat if you feel me. When you lead with light, people are going to find you. You don't have to go beg for attention. Lord, I pray every day, Lord, please help me to settle in and trust you to bring the people to my platform, right? The people you've meant for me to serve, bring them when I'm ready for them, bring them when they're ready for me. And I trust you to do that. You have created a place of abundance for me and help me to step into that opportunity so that I can live in it, believe it's meant for me, and share it with other people. The legacy builder system taught me to attract people, right? Attraction marketing, how to be magnetic and be authentic versus scripted and, less than genuine. Some of the things that I love about the Legacy Builders program is, well, the number one thing that I love, I'll be honest, is that it teaches consistency and really requires consistency. And the reason why, when you start something or your parents tell you, like, it's because I said so. Don't worry about the why, just do it because I said so. It's because they know something works or they know it's best for you. I do that with my kiddo now. But in business, when someone tells you that, you think, okay, well, I need to know why so I understand before I do it. I need to make sure that that's in alignment with my business goals. Sometimes you just got to trust the ones who have gone before you, and you've got to do what they suggest. So the legacy builders, just making sure my mic's still on, y'all. But the legacy builder system has taught me that through consistency, you become seasoned and good at what you do. And the rest is going to come. The rest will come. And that's what I love. So you don't have to chase people down when you're called to serve. You just get to serve and show up in that place. Drop a 1 in the chat if you're currently in a season of chasing clients or customers. Can I get a 1 if that's you? Or drop a 2 if you're ready to learn how to attract the right people with ease. A 1 or a 2. You're currently in a season of chasing clients and customers, or 2, you're ready to learn how to attract the right people with ease. If you're like, yes, Tiffany, that's what I need, less chasing, more peace, then drop peace in the chat. Okay, I'm excited to get into a quick review with you, okay? And then soon, I'm going to give you the answer to that. All right. Let's do a quick review. There's 3 ways to market with integrity and ease. These 3 ways we've been talking about today. Number 1, tell stories, not giving sales pitches. Number 2, focus on value over going viral. And number 3, attract, don't chase. Which one of those 3 resonates with you the most? Will you drop a 1, 2, or 3 in the chat and tell me which one resonates best with you? Okay, if you're serious about learning to market with confidence and with purpose, I want you to drop called in the chat, and I'm going to send you a free 2-hour workday blueprint. This is the same system that helps me automate my business, simplify my message, and still show up for my family. If that sounds good to you, drop called in the chat. If you're watching the replay and that sounds good to you, drop called in the replay. I want to make sure that no one walks away without this if you're ready. Do you want to earn income from home? Let's push this message out and get more people to build their income with purpose. If this message hit home with you, drop serve. Serve over sell in the comments. Drop serve over sell in the comments. Okay. I want those of you who are ready to take action and actually do something with what you've learned today to type I'm ready in the chat so that we can celebrate you. I want to celebrate you right now. Drop I'm ready in the chat if that's you. Listen, the Legacy Builders isn't just another course. It's community, mentorship, and real systems that help faith-driven mamas like myself build income with integrity. I know there's a lot of programs and courses out there, but here's the difference with this one. It's interactive, okay? We have lives every week, ongoing training. The program came with so many existing training modules, but I love the fact that our mentor, Michelle, is building out consistently more and more education and more training. Does it mean there's a lot to sift through? Sure. But guess what? It's all categorized. So you can decide where you need the most training and what's your priority, and you can focus on that and get really good at it before moving into the next area. So for me, I've never been on TikTok before. That's right. And I have never, well, that's not true. I've been live on YouTube once before, but nothing that I was accustomed to doing, right? And so I have been able to focus on improvement and becoming better at this. It has made me more comfortable with my words, more comfortable with sharing what's working and what's not, and showing up as my true self. And that's because of the community that is over there. It's because of the mentorship that I get. And so if you're wondering if this is for you, Mama, are you tired of confusion, ready for clarity, and tired of doing it all alone? If you want me to go deeper into attraction marketing in the next live, I want you to drop next in the chat. Will you do that? Drop next in the chat if that's what you're feeling. Okay, so let's talk about real quick, how do you get started? How do you grab that free blueprint to even look at it and take a peek inside? Because there's no obligation. It's free. Okay. And if you're still not sure after you look at it, I'll give you a peek inside. I'll take you inside the community and the program and show you what's there. And I'll show you how far I've come. So to get started, you're going to click right up here on my name. Over here to get started, you're going to scan this QR code right here. Okay. And when you do that, you're going to go to the link in my bio, or this is going to take you straight to that capture page. Okay. And you're going to drop your email address in. And when you do, I'm going to send over the blueprint to you at no charge. It doesn't cost you anything. So why wouldn't you start with a free look if you are feeling that nudge and feeling called? Maybe you're so burnt out on hearing everyone else talk about these different programs and you're like, I don't even know where to start. Well, friend, I'm sorry to tell you, but you got to start by taking a peek at some of them to figure out what's right for you. Or you just have to trust that the right person is showing up in your feed over and over because God's put them in front of you. And you got to take a step forward in obedience and start taking control of your future. So are you going to continue burn out at that 9 to 5, or are you going to make an exit plan by building something in your spare pockets of time? Maybe you're a mom working a full-time job and you don't feel like you have any spare pockets of time. Well, there's 24 hours in the day. I guarantee you there are some pockets of time. Most of these trainings I've listened to in the car as I've been driving down the road, because just by listening to them, just like I would a podcast, I soak in so much new knowledge. And then I can just tell Siri to remind me when I arrive at home to go back to X training at certain minutes, and then I can jot down some notes or things that stood out to me if I need to, right? Otherwise, I'll just go back through it again at another given time. So let's use these links, okay? Click my name, use the LINK in the BIO. Y'all, I don't even know if that's necessary. Because at the end of the day, I'm here to help you find options for what's going to help you have more time with your family, build on freedom, right? What does freedom look like for you? Not to squirrel, but let's talk about freedom for a minute. What does that look like for you? For me, it means less hours working with more pay and more time with my family and more freedom to do the things that my family wants to do. For example, my kiddo wants to go on a field trip that's almost $300. I need to be in a position where I can afford to do that so I can start saying yes. That feels like freedom to me. Christmas is coming up. I don't want to have to look at my bank account to make sure that I can pay for groceries at Christmas, much less figure out how I'm going to give gifts. I want to be able to gift in abundance, not just to my kid. I don't want to spoil him that way. I want us to be able to gift in abundance to others, and especially those in need. Where do you like to spend your time and money at Christmas? Well, I think we're about 7 weekends away from Christmas. Have we already dropped down to 3, not 3, but 6 weekends? We're 6 to 7 weeks away. And let me put it to you this way. At Christmas, I don't want to be sitting around saying, I wish I tried. I want to know that I put forth every effort I could to change our family situation before Christmas this year. Is that you? Don't wait, because Christmas is creeping in. All right, I want to help you figure out exactly what's next for you, whether it's this or something different. I want to see you change your future for you and your family. So be sure to connect. Go to the LINKMIBIO and drop your email address in that form. Over here, use that QR code. Just scan the screen, friend. Scan the screen, go to the link, and put in your email address. I'll send that blueprint straight to your inbox. It's free, no cost, and you'll get it. And then we'll be able to move straight into, is this for me? If you want to talk to me one-on-one about it, for goodness sake, just hit reply. Once you have my email address, you have access to me, right? Okay. Well, if this message blessed you today, can you give me some praise hands in the comments and share it with another mama who's building something beautiful? Let's pray. Lord, help us remember that serving others is the most powerful way to grow. Let our businesses be led by peace and not pressure. Amen. All right, friends, we will be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. Have a good day.